do. Ba, ba. Yeah, just finished. It's Ant-Man, so I'm finished phase 2 of the MCU. Oh, so yeah, I'm Iron Man 3 and Thor: The Dark World are the weakest of phase 2. Like okay, um, um, again, Captain America, the Avengers movie, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Ant Man are very good. Ant Man a little bit weaker, but still a solid movie. Um, Granted, I am talking out to my hole, so take that as you will. Um, Still, what still watching in the last Bender TV series and so rewatching in the Seven Deadly Sins. So so good, and still watching the Hulk. I've never watched so much TV nor movies in even a week. Never mind 2 weeks. Uh, Kind of like it, not like I have anything else to do. Not saying that I wouldn't have done it anyway, but uh, and on the last live stream, my phone died, and I used that for my internet for this laptop anyway. I mean, not laptop, desktop. So that's why that was only a few minutes long. Uh, Trying to think now on what to say. Nothing really. I can't. Nothing's not really happening this week, other than just watching movies. Uh, Hopefully, when the whole thing that's happening at the moment calms down, because I'm hearing a lot of things that, for whatever reason, YouTube's taking down videos when they say when someone says about what's currently happening, and they just I don't know. I don't not that I don't really know what the story is there. I'm going to avoid mention. I no. I think that I'm safe enough in that I shouldn't be caught, but I'm small enough that if something did happen, mm, like I'm so small that I'd be able to just brush it off if something happened at the time of making this. Is but 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 I would much prefer if nothing happened. Well, nothing bad happened. Uh, um, Trying to think of what to say now. Uh, uh, Not that I was expecting a flush of subscribers or anything, or even a big flow of views, but I was hoping for at least a few more. Like, uh, granted, I don't. I probably, like, I'm doing this mostly for the sake of doing this, but I do want to try to get this to grow if I can. Um, like I'm comfortable enough that if it doesn't grow, because I don't even know what I'm doing. Well, for the most part, I don't know. I have a few ideas, but um, but hopefully it'll grow at some point. I'm hoping that at least I'm hoping that within 5 years I would have at least a couple of hundred subscribers. Um, I'd be happy enough with that. Well, I could something else could upset me as well, but mm, at at this point of time, anyway, a couple of hundred subscribers would be nice in 5 years. Uh, uh, so we'll see how it goes. 'Cause just going with the flow. Um, uh, I've worked this week, as I said. Oh, another thing, I didn't get to stream him yesterday, and like I don't know if it's the same person watching every episode. I doubt it. Thank you if you are. Thank you whoever you are watching, any regardless. But not that it matters, but like I don't even have anyone to apologize to because I'm the only one subscribed to me. As I suppose probably shouldn't with Disney Plus out in a good part of the world now and Netflix and even just bigger YouTubers. I probably shouldn't really expect too much at the moment. Um, eh, at least I had this to kind of do like not much. I would prefer even a day up in Dublin, even if nothing spectacular happened, I could at least mention that I could have done that. Um, I'm, drawing up blanks on what to actually talk about, but like Disney Plus is going well. To have, I'm sure there's some objective thing I'm missing, but for me, anyway, it's working around. I have no complaints about that. Like, not educated enough to really say anything negative. Probably should be using the RTE app a bit more. Like, even if it's only watching a Love Hate, that was a good show from a few years ago. Like, I didn't see too much of it, but I saw a little bit of it, and it was good. Mm. Actually, speak another thing I want to get. I'm not too fussed because I want to catch up on a few things, like catching up on the MCU. I want to finish the Marvel shows on Netflix. Obviously, the Hulk that I mentioned a few times here. I have a few things to catch up on, so I'm not. So I don't expect it to really get to it anytime soon. Like at most, maybe in within a month or two, if I think of it. Another thing I want to catch up on is Game of Thrones. I hear the last season is shite. Hmm, don't know. The first season of it is good, but it's been years since I saw it, so my views could have even changed on that. But something I want to get eventually get back into. Like just for work and helping helping my niece every second week. My dad helping my dad every so often. Like going to the gym. If I wanted to pick just how I mean not house to cut. If I wanted to stick to just Game of Thrones, I'm sure I can do it. But when I'm trying to catch up on other things and play video games and the drama group I'm in, I don't know if I mentioned. Actually, I wonder if the shows will go ahead now. haven't heard anything about that. Actually, better not that anyone's watching, but I might as well mention it here. If I think of it, I'll say to otherwise, but I'll double check the dates that were supposed to go on. Um, the leash open door. Uh, just double checking dates because we're supposed to be going on stage at the end of the month, and then for 2 days, and then next month as well for another day. 2 days in the Dunamace Arts Centre in Port and then in a show in um, the Manor Hotel in Abbeyleix. Open. Just looking it up. You can go onto Facebook. Just looking, trying. Just going on about where I'm not seeing. Just looking up now. I think I have a visitor here, so I'll just keep this on. There you go. Probably Andy is the legal. It's open at the moment. Oh yeah. Just my brother looking for keys. Uh, yeah, I don't know if the person left or if this is a new person or if we got a second person for shop B for time. Yeah, I can't not seen the date for the shows. And the name of the show is Move Over Miss Markham. Hopefully the YouTube copyright system doesn't flag this video down for saying that. Like, it's not a big deal, as I said previous, but I would prefer if it didn't happen. Let's see. I'll see if I can get a message on my phone. Um, I think I might have something here. Yeah, I think I have. Oh yeah. No, obviously we have to wait until to see what's going on with the current situation because the island is in lockdown until just before this. So, and we'll have to see if that lockdown will be extended. But as now, if I think of it, I will update. Not that too many people are watching anyway, but off chance that even one person thinks of it, we'll be in the Dynamite Arts Centre in Portlaoise on Friday, the 24th of April, and Saturday, the 25th of April for 8 p.m. And then we'll be in the Manor Hotel and Nabby Leaks on the 15th of May. Doesn't give a time. I'm assuming 8 again. The cast is Sarah, Aaron, who I actually he was a year below me, but I used to actually go to school with Aaron. Keith, Jane, Afi, Eva, David, George, and Joan. Yeah, Joan. Yeah. No, it's just Unleash today. Like, it's a good bit back, so I wouldn't be surprised if no one actually found it. But I'll update if I provided I think of it. I will probably update on here just so no one gets the wrong idea. Yeah, like at the moment, I can probably see the show at the very least being delayed, but I haven't heard anything as of yet. Like, as far as as far as I'm aware, like we're not practicing at the moment, obviously because of the current situation. Not that I'm part of the cast, but we're not doing rehearsals or meetups or any. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, actually, that's something I can actually talk about for a bit. Leash Open Door. For the first year I joined, I wasn't in anything. Like I'm happy enough to just be a part of the group. But second year I had just a small part that they actually added in just for me. Lo- so kind of when you're finished at 7 and then trying to come home, change, have your dinner, and then go back into town and rehearse. Or like I only had a small part, but I did go to as many rehearsals as possible. Oh, it was like it was harder for the rest of them. At least I'm assuming it was harder for with work and getting dinner and all that, and remembering more lines. I only had about two or three lines and three scenes, so it wasn't difficult for me to remember much. But just getting there, and it was hard. Obviously, I was working 4 days a week at that time. But even if I was finished at 5 or 6, it would have been at least as one less stress anyway. I could have gone home and leisurely had my dinner and everything. And then for the week of the shows, I asked. I thankfully got it, but I asked for to be finished an hour early. Come in an hour early, finish. Uh, I was. Oh, just think about it. It was a bit of stress. I love doing it. Um, then then the third year I was there, I had just a part in a one act for just before Christmas. It's like that was great as well. Like it was only a line and then a few appearances backstage. And actually, we were playing. I think it was called Hail Caesars. It was a comedy about Caesar anyway. But like, I only had the line and a few, and they're in the background for a bit. But actually, I was supposed to have one extra scene one night, but my toga, to use it very to put it politely, fell off. So I actually missed the last scene I was supposed. Like, not that it affected anything, but it was great. Right. Then I didn't have a big part in the play that came afterwards, and now with this one, no big part. We didn't have one axe. We I'm not in part of the big play. Just kind of. I don't have a specific job at the moment, like help out on the night of the show, but I'm not doing anything specific leading up to it. And even then, I'm probably not helping. I'm probably not even a big help on the night of the show. Um, so I'll keep an eye on the battery on this just in case, but there shouldn't. Hopefully, there isn't abuse drain on it. It before then because it's at 40%. So yeah, I don't know how long I'll actually be talking for. Just something else. Something else I'll have to work on now is losing weight. Like, I've been trying to lose weight for years, but I've been going up and down and up and down and up and down. Like, now, one way to lose weight, I don't know if you can pick it up. I'm sure you can. One way to lose a bit of weight, not much though, is to shave a beard. If I really want to do, I would shave my head because I actually have a clippers at home. I could do that to myself, but I like pushing my fringe to the side, so fuck that shite. Um, just have to get back into it because I actually did lose. I think I might have put back at least some of it back on, but I did actually lose almost 2 stone. One. No, I just have to just like just trying to organize everything. Like it's not a big deal, but I'm still living at home, so it's not. I can lose some more weight if I really tried. Well, all the shows I do says do or do not. There is no try. I really hope I don't get caught up with saying that. Difficult part. The difficult part is keeping the weight off. That's the killing part. You can lose capability to lose the weight, but then something might come. Could be something small, could be something big, but something comes and knocks me off the course, and back the weight comes on, and plus some more. Like and could be having a stressful week in work, just just give up. For like you mightn't actively give up. It might just happen for whatever reason. Just eating the food again. Like exercise does help. Like at the very least, it puts you in a better mood to keep going. I think the the best way I can think of doing it is exercise itself doesn't help all too much, but if you do everything else right, it it boosts everything just to the next level. Uh, like, I'm sure there are stories of people who just did the exercise, but I'm assuming that whether they realized it or not, they might have done something else. Like I'm talking out of my hole again. Well, I suppose I shouldn't say again. I'm always talking shite. Just ask the people I work with. And I'm actually doing that for talking now because I was struggling early on. Uh, um, just, just for the sake of having, just for the sake of it, I might try to keep this going for about half an hour anyway because I'm fairly close at this stage. I might as well go for the half. I could decide to go on longer if I end up talking more, but the aim at the moment, anyway, is the half hour. Well, I might talk. I might as well talk about Ant-Man for a bit because I literally just finished it before starting here. Edgar Wright was the director or one of the writers. Like, not that I saw a lot of his movies, but yeah, you can tell it was him because oh, do you know what was a good movie of his? Baby Driver. That was a very good movie. It's been years since I saw it. I think it is it on Netflix. I feel like obviously I know Netflix uploads stuff and takes them off. Like oh, actually, another movie I want to watch. They took it down for a bit, but I think it's back up. A silent fight. Like it's in Jap. Well, maybe they uploaded an English dub of it. I don't know. They've been uploading a few dubs of anime for lately. But uh, but this one is just subbed. But it's still very good. Uh, I don't really have a preference for dubbed or subbed. Like if it's good, it's good. Uh, like actually, speaking of dubbed or subbed, because it was actually an anime, Space Dandy. I'm pretty sure I talked about it before. I don't can't remember if I brought this fact up, but it was the first anime that was released in English instead of Japanese. Now, some people might argue that Avatar: The Last Airbender is an anime, and those people, all I have to say is I don't know. Like it looks a lot like anime. It's based on Eastern and philosophies and religions in that. I think the most Western thing, as far as I'm aware, is dragons, because in Eastern mythology, the more water kind of spirits or creatures or whatever. Like I don't understand a lot of it, but just based on what I have heard, they're more water creatures. But for but for the but for the mythology of the show, the fire breathers, like in Western, like they look a lot like the East. They look like Eastern dragons, but they breathe fire like the Western dragons. Like, but it's kind of interesting how a lot of elements from even cultures that are far away, how similar some things on, like the fact that even though the dragons are completely different, and the fact that they're still clearly dragons, like in a lot of mythology as well. Most of the time, the god of thunder, with the exception of Thor, of he's usually the god of thunders or the king of the gods or rulers or of that effect. Like, granted, I'm not up to date with mythology in general. Like, I've kind of fallen out of the look. That's actually something that's something like I wouldn't want to be in a class or anything, because, but just mythology, in even in little doses, just for me, is very interesting. Like the tale of Hercules. Now, so I know, or the name is in the original Greek is Heracles. Well, something to like Heracles anyway. It's been a while since I actually heard it, but I know that most people know him as Hercules, mostly because of Disney. Yeah, well, some some people probably just got mixed up because what the Romans used to do was they would take at least a little bit of a mythology and incorporated that into their one. So they incorporated a lot of the Greek religion, or well, at the time it was religion, and worked it into their own religion. So that's why a lot of us know Hercules as Hercules, because that's the Romanized it, and we all know that the Romans loved spreading, mostly just in the Mediterranean and a good bit of what is now Great Britain. They didn't get to Scotland. They didn't invade Ireland, but there is evidence that trading, but even if trading didn't happen directly with the Romans, there's a lot of evidence that trade did happen, at least indirectly, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm actually gone a bit over the 30, the half hour. That's good. Uh, just trying to think. I think I might just end it here because I want to go home and get some food. Like, I'm okay that I don't need to go back right now, but there's no food in this. Ah, I don't think you can actually see anything, but I actually forgot to pull the blinds. Hopefully, you don't see anything. I can't see anything now, but hopefully you don't. Sure. Oh, one thing I want to say, because I've been forgetting it from most of the live streams I've actually uploaded. Subscribe, share, like, comment, whatever. And I don't think I'll do much for growing the channel at the moment. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. But but I know that even sarcastically saying that will increase his the viewership at least a little bit. I don't know any of the facts of that. I'm not Mapat. Haven't watched any of his content in a while. Just kind of stopped watching after the Zootopia video on the Film Theory channel. Anyway, actually, might as well try to keep this going for the 35 minutes. Like, not, I don't think it really matters at this stage. Like, I think as long as you get at least 10 to 15 minutes, I think that's the golden time to get is at least 10 to 15 minutes. Kind of long enough for the algorithm to pick up, but not so long that people lose interest. I'm assuming that one person is saying, like, I did have to go from the desktop. So I'm assuming I was interesting enough for you. Anyway, bye. Share or whatever.